You can all take the seats if you'd like. Well, this is a very special evening for our local union. We have an opportunity to honor one of our members by presenting the highest honor that the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers can bestow on one of its members, Brother Sam Yanta. Sam, why don't you come on up and stand by the way. I'm sure everybody knows. For those of you that don't know already, this evening we're going to be presenting Sam with the IBEW Lifesaving Award, and I'm going to go through a brief presentation to give you an idea of what brought us to this point this evening. I'd first like to, first of all, I'm Wayne Carlson. I'm the business manager for IBEW Local 948, and I'd like to welcome all the guests here this evening, Senator Jim Ananick, State Representative Joe Graves, and friends and family of Sam. Welcome this evening. I'd like to start off by just talking about what actually happened. On May 19th, 2013, Sam and his wife Linda were faced with the following situation. And this is the letter that I received from Jackie Fazell. Jackie and John are Sam's next door neighbor. And Jackie and Jim. Jim are Sam's next door neighbor. And Jackie wrote this letter upon my request when I wanted to submit Sam for this award. And here's what she said. She said it was a beautiful Sunday morning on May 19, 2013, that I found my husband Jim Fazell laying on the ground in our backyard. I'm thinking, what is he doing? Then realized something was horribly wrong. I ran out to find him, not breathing and lifeless. Sam and Linda heard me yelling to Jim and came running. Linda immediately called 911. They both started CPR together till the ambulance and paramedics arrived. Between them all, they revived him a total of 7 times that morning. The doctors told me at the hospital that if Sam and Linda hadn't done what they alone did, that Jim would not have lived. We will never be able to thank them enough. They never gave up. When one tired, they switched positions. We are very fortunate to have such wonderful neighbors and friends. Thank you, Jackie and Jim Fazell. So that's what happened. Just a tremendous act on the part of Sam and his wife Linda. And just a note, the IBEW awards the Life-Saving Award only to its members and not to others. And we did offer to put together a similar award for Linda, but she declined. So next what I'd like to do is read the letter that came from President Hill, our international president. It said, Mr. Simon Sam Yanta, Jr. Dear Brother Yanta, the officers and members extend congratulations and best wishes to you on receiving the IBEW Lifesaving Award, the highest award the IBEW has to offer. You have now joined a small and honored group of our members, those who have saved a human life. We express our sincere appreciation to you and want you to know that we share with your local union a feeling of great pride in your unselfish accomplishment. Fraternally yours, Edwin D. Hill, International President, Salvatore Sam J. Chilia, International Secretary Treasurer. At this time, I'd like to ask John Bond Jr., our local union president, to come up and present the award to Sam. The inscription on the plaque reads as follows. IBEW Lifesaving Award is awarded with appreciation and pride to Simon Sam Yanta Jr., May 19, 2013. Local Union number 948, The saving of a human life is one of the greatest achievements on this earth. The above-named member of this local union, with presence of mind, prompt action, and genuine concern for another human being, performed this heroic service on the date specified. All members of the IBEW honor this distinguished service. Edwin D. Hill, International President, Salvatore J. Chilia, International Secretary-Treasurer. At this time, I'd like to ask Senator Annick and Senator Graves, or excuse me, Representative Graves, if you come up and present the state's citation.
Thank you very much, Wayne. As you mentioned, I'm Senator Jim Annick, and this is my colleague, Representative Joe Graves. We had a tribute, special tribute, made up, signed by myself, Representative Graves, and Governor Snyder, commemorating today's ceremony. And it kind of articulates what the story that Wayne told. And I got to tell you that quite often in the work that we do, you don't get to meet heroes, and this is actually an opportunity to meet an actual everyday hero. We were talking about sort of what he did, and he said he hopes it never happens again, and I do too, but I know that if something happens to me, I want to make sure Sam's around, because I'd like to think that I do the same thing, but we know Sam will, and his wife Linda, and it's really proud. I'm really proud. This is one of those days you really, actually, it's really one of the most rewarding parts about the job, to actually get to thank somebody who did save someone's life. And on behalf of myself and Representative Graves, we're really honored to be here. Just want to make sure we
Thank you very much. I truly am just elated beyond belief. You just don't understand the gratitude welling up inside me. I'm just so pleased. I don't understand. That's beautiful.
You're pleased. How about the man you say? I'm sure he's pleased too.
This is truly an amazing accomplishment, an award. I'm just speechless right now.
Well,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have a special place for that, Sam, somewhere?
I do have a few words to say here. I do want to thank everybody for showing up, my friends, relatives, Knights of Columbus, my parents, Sam and Bard, my golf buddies, bowling buddies. I was there, Linda and I were there to do CPR on him and save his life, but it was a joint effort. The neighbors to the north, yelling encouragement for Jim to, you can do it, you can make it. Their sons being out at the road, waving down the EMS. The EMS showing up and doing their thing, working together with those guys, doing CPR, watching them put on the AED and shocking them in front of me. Getting to the hospital, the nurses and doctors doing what they had done. I got to tell a small story about all this that's happened at 9:30 Sunday morning. I get into work at 8 o'clock Monday morning, and my employer, Rick Marquis, gives me a service call. He says, "You've got to go to the 911 center right now and do some electrical work for them." I said, "What? I was just talking to those guys, 22, 23 hours ago." So I show up there, and I talk to the guy about all the electrical issues, and we get it all figured out. And I said, "I'll have to come back tomorrow with a co-worker to do the work." And I said, "Hey, can I talk to Colton Puckett, the 911 operator who we were talking with?" And the guys took a step forward and said, "Well, what do you want to talk to him about?" And I said, "Well, I had a call that we helped save a guy's life." So anyway, my coworker, Mike Halibicki, and I show up Tuesday morning. We get all the work done. At 11:30, we got to go into Wendy's office, the supervisor of the 911 center on Crown Road where the state police are at. And we got to listen to the tape recording. And that was just incredible because you could hear everything. You could hear the CPR going, you know, all the everything just going on. You could hear the ambulances and just everything. And you know, it's just crazy to think about what happened. And to top it all off, Mike Halibicki had a first aid class that night and was able to go to that meeting, to that class, and tell them everything that had happened that morning, where he got to hear the conversation and, you know, experience all that. It's just amazing to think that, you know, the next day I get a service call to go there and do work. And then, you know, and then to think about Mike Halibicki getting the, you know, having a class that he signed up for months in advance and got to experience all that. It was just truly was an amazing event. I can't get over how it all happened. But anyway, you know, when you take the classes, I truly believe everybody should take them. You want to be prepared and for a situation like this, because you just never know when fate is going to put you in a position where you have to step forward and help somebody else out. You know, so if you've never taken the class, please take it. Just don't understand what you might be doing. I'm proof of it right here. That's all I have to say.
I think one thing we should mention too is that we wanted to have Jim Fazell here tonight too, but he's actually wintering in Florida. So he's been able to resume his normal life, and you know, it's really a wonderful thing.
I even golfed with him twice since then. he's doing good. It's great. Oh, very good. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I truly appreciate everybody showing up for this ceremony. It was just, when I was doing this, I had no idea anything like this would have transpired to come to an end like this. Or, you know, all this would have happened. I just don't understand the elation inside my body. It's just, I'm truly honored and pleased to be given this award. Thank you very much.
What I'd like to do is take a few minutes if anybody would like to get some pictures, any friends or family would like to get some pictures prior to us asking our guests to dismiss. We can do that right now if you'd like. Otherwise, within the next couple of minutes, we'll have to resume our meeting.
There you go. You didn't get pictures.